Telling you about the tales of my life is not easy, but telling you about what I really admire, that's a lot simpler. This all started when my little bundle of joy asked, "Dad, can I play football?" Now you see, I played football for 15 years of my life, and I didn't want to be one of those fathers who forced his son into a sport. Now football is a brutal sport where a child is expected to perform above his mental capability. They are expected to perform detailed plays and be tough and ready for any opposition. Knowing fully what is expected of my young son, we set out for the adventure of Little League football. It was not far from my mind as I watched my son attend his first practice. I was sure once he got hit one good time, he would want to quit. I watched play after play as my son would do his best, listening to our instructions and then implementing those commands. Then it happened. One wrong turn and then pow, he was plowed over. I shuddered as I watched my son go down. And as I waited for those words, I walked up to his side. He pops up. I ask, "Son, are you okay?" He states, "I want more." Now I have to be honest, I was doing backflips in my mind, but as a concerned father and assistant coach, I patted him on his butt and sent him on his way. You see, my son hates to lose, and he will sacrifice his body to succeed in his goals. Now we have had to go to the emergency room a few times for minor injuries. And as we waited for the doctor, we would talk. You know, even though I'm help coaching, we can quit. He then would look up to me and say, "Dad, that's letting the team down." Then the nurse would walk in, give him a popsicle, say everything's okay, and off we go. Now his first season, Ben had a very small role. Ben and his teammates worked hard and practiced day after day. The first year players even earned the name Killer Squad. He was never concerned that his playing time was limited, even though he worked hard every day. He was just happy putting his pads on and playing with his new friends. I watched from the sidelines as a proud father as the first season came and went. His team won the Little League Super Bowl, and he was just happy that he got to play. But then as the new season began, something had changed. Ben had a new fire in his belly, and he was ready to play. Now we only had a few returning players this new season, so our team was young but capable. With our team's limited experience, my son was forced to the line of scrimmage as the center of his team. Knowing that we'd have to snap the ball, block kids double his size, we worked hard preparing him for his role. Snap after snap, he would hand off the ball and dig in against his opponent. Conditioning and that never say die personality helped him succeed in his role. Or maybe he's just as stubborn as I am. Game after game, he would do his best. Maybe scream out of anger, but he would never quit. Now we shift to defense, and am I proud of my boy? You better believe it. You see, Benton plays defensive end and middle linebacker, and for you people who don't know football, it's his job to stop the ball. And boy does he succeed. He loves those positions. Remember when I told you he got plowed over? Well, now he's the one controlling the ox. Play after play, I watch him blow through the line of scrimmage and sacking the quarterback or tackling the running back. It seemed never to stop as I listened over the loudspeakers of the stadium. The player was brought down by Benton Byram. My little boy had become a determined little linebacker, stopping at nothing to get the ball. You may wonder about those kids he couldn't stop at the line of scrimmage, those ones who would just squeak by or break a tackle. Did he stop? No. He would just pop up and the chase would begin. I would watch as they would run from the 50-yard line to the 40, to the 30, now to the 20. Now I'm getting a little worried. He can't be stopped, I would begin to say. Now to the 10-yard line. A touchdown was in their future, and I doubt that my son would ever catch up to him. But with one simple action, my son would leap, sacrifice that body once again, and stop them at the 5-yard line. Now at the end of the season, we did not go down as Super Bowl champions. We had lost over half of our games. But as I watched our very last game, I really began to watch Ben, admiring his skill and his determination. My little bundle of joy won the defensive MVP for that season. Now you may think I'm just a proud parent boasting about his child, but I would like to say no. You see, my life has had its moments of glory and triumphs that I am proud of, but nothing compares to the person I admire the most. If you have not figured it out, the person I admire the most in my life is Austin Benton Byram IV. My son, that little bundle of joy, whose life is just beginning, the person I admire most. I pray every day that I have the guidance and experience that will prepare him for his life challenges. You see, the way to measure a man's life is not in his accomplishments, it's how he treats his family. Thank you for this opportunity to tell you about this small part of my life, and that I hope someday you can experience this grand adventure. God, love, and happiness.